Hello, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to talk about pulpotomy, and it is a pulp therapy that is done in the milk teeth. And come, let's go into the topic today. Pulpotomy is defined as the surgical removal of the coronal portion of the pulp, presumed to be partially or completely inflamed and quite possibly infected at the amputation site, which is followed by the placement of suitable medication to prevent or heal the remaining radicular pulp within the canal under the aseptic condition. So this pulpotomy is done in patients with reversible pulpitis or in patients where the deep caries is approximating the pulp and exposure of the pulp is encountered in the radiograph, and the tooth should not show any pathological changes or the radiolucency in the radiograph. It is based on the rationale that the radicular pulp is healthy or it has the capability to heal after the amputation of the coronal pulp. Indications for the pulpotomy. The first indication is if it is a vital tooth and the pulp exposure is more than those that is capable of pulp capping, and the tooth should be restorable, and if there is a pain, the pain should not be neither spontaneous nor persistent, and the tooth should be free of radicular pulpitis, and the tooth should at least have 2/3 of its root length, and the tooth should not have any evidence of internal resorption, and there should be no evidence of intraradicular bone loss, and there should be no evidence of abscess or fistula formation, and the hemorrhage at the amputation site should be pale red or controllable, and recommended in the young permanent tooth with incomplete apex formation. Contraindication for this procedure is if the root resorption is exceeding more than 1/3 of the root length, and if the tooth is non-restorable, that is, if it is a grossly decayed, we cannot undergo this procedure, and if it is highly viscous or sludgy or absence of the hemorrhage at the orifice, then it cannot be taken as a pulpotomy case, and if there is a marked tenderness on percussion or the tooth is mobile or the radicular root is infected or necrosed, it cannot be considered to be a pulpotomy case. And if there is a radiolucency in the furcation area or periradicular area, or there is a persistent pain or a coronal pus discharge, then these conditions are considered to be a contraindication for pulpotomy. And if the diagnosis is reversible pulpitis and there is a healthy radicular pulp with infected, or it is the infection is limited towards only the coronal pulp, it is considered to be a indication for pulpotomy treatment. The procedure of pulpotomy is after achieving adequate anesthesia and rubber dam isolation. Initially, we have to remove all the carious lesion over the tooth to prevent the contamination of bacteria when we expose the pulp, and which is followed by the exposure of the pulp, where we have to remove the roof of the pulp chamber completely by joining the two pulp horns, which is done by cutting burr number 330 at the high speed, and which is followed by the amputation of the coronal pulp using the sharp spoon excavator or slow speed round burr. And this procedure should be carried out carefully to prevent the radicular pulp, and yes, we should not touch or we should not go beyond the floor of the pulp chamber, and we should be careful while doing this procedure because we should not affect the healthy radicular pulp, or neither we should not perforate the floor of the pulp chamber. And we have to try removing all the coronal tissues carefully, and following the coronal amputation we have to place one or more cotton pellets at the site of amputation and apply pressure with the help of cotton pellets. And after few minutes, when we remove the cotton pellets, there should be evident hemorrhage present in the radicular pulp, and little amount of wound bleeding can be evident. If there is a excessive bleeding in spite of cotton pellet pressure, it is not a good candidate for the pulpotomy, and they should undergo pulpectomy or extraction, and that should be a good option for this tooth. Because if there is a excessive bleeding even after cotton pellet pressure, it is evident that the radicular pulp is also infected or affected. And very important, we should not use any of the intrapulpal anesthesia or the hemostatic agents to control the bleeding, as this is the only evident or indicator to know the radicular pulp status. And following the hemorrhage, we have to take a cotton pellet and we have to soak it in the diluted form of formocrysol, and we have to place it in the amputation site for 5 minutes, and which is followed by the base of zinc oxide eugenol and slightly condense it to the floor of the pulp chamber, and which is followed by the second layer to cover the axis opening, and the final restoration should be stainless steel crown. So if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to this channel.